Hi Yogis, welcome to my channel. My name is Kassandra and I'm here at this beautiful retreat studio Om at Cashew Hill in Puerto Viejo, Costa Rica. Today I really wanted to do a class that was all about body acceptance and loving yourself from the inside and out, but really focusing on your physical body and loving every single little part of it. I'm a big believer that what we do on the yoga mat has tremendous power to transform ourselves, not just transforming our body, but really transforming the way that we relate to ourselves and also relate to others. When I was planning out this class, I really envisioned it for women, but of course this is for men as well. If you feel like you just want to learn to accept yourself exactly as you are in this present moment, this is just the right class for you. I'm not going to be using any props, however, always a good idea if you want to have a couple blocks or a strap or something close by, but I think you'll be fine without it. So we're going to begin in a seated meditation, and I'm going to ask you to do something that's super hard, and that's going to be to just let your belly out and super loose. So none of this like sucking in that we tend to do a lot, not just in our yoga practice, but I've noticed that I tend to just suck in my stomach normally day to day. None of that in this class. Just let it out and learn to love it. Even if you just had lunch like me and just chugged a bottle of water like me, doesn't matter. Just let it go, and you're going to place your hands directly on that belly and send it some love. So close your eyes, relax your stomach fully, and just start to connect to your breath. So as you inhale and exhale through the nose, see if you can feel that breath travel all the way down to the low belly, low back, and feel the stomach get even bigger. So if at any point throughout this practice you notice yourself talking down to yourself or wishing you looked a little bit different, I want you to just come back to your breath. And it might be helpful for you to practice with a mantra, a little phrase that you can repeat back to yourself. Like, I'm beautiful just the way I am. If there's a specific part of your body that you tend to dislike or have more issues with, an insecurity, then you might want to make your mantra about that. So if it's your stomach, for example, it can be as simple as repeating, I love my belly, or my belly is perfect just the way that it is. Just keep your hands on your stomach and take about 5 more deep breaths like this. And just notice how freeing it is not to have to worry about sucking anything in or looking a certain way. You're most likely doing this at home. You have all the privacy that you need, hopefully. Just let it out. Honestly, you could even do this practice naked. It might be even more effective. And let's bring our hands on the tops of the knees. We'll just do cat and cow from the seated pose, undulating the spine as you inhale. Lift the gaze up, lift through the heart, and exhale. Coil in, round, and contract. A few more with your breath. Take your last one. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. And come all the way back to neutral. Switch the cross of your legs just so you have the other shin on top. We'll take a little twist. Right hand to your left knee, left fingertips behind you. Open up. Stay nice and tall. So for a twist, you do want to draw the navel into the low back. It just helps you twist a little bit deeper. And exhale, soften your belly fully. Move to the other side. Left hand to your right knee. Lengthen, draw the navel in and twist. Come all the way forward, and let's come up to stand at the top of our mat. Feet hip-width distance apart, and again, just relax your stomach, relax everything. There's nothing to fix, nothing to change. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, palms come together to touch. And then as you exhale, we're gonna fold down, but let your hands run over the front of your body, onto the belly, the thighs, just washing it over with love. Relax your neck and your head. And as you come all the way back up, bend your knees and slide your hands on the back of your legs, giving it some of that loving energy, the upper back, all the way up. Inhale, hands together. Exhale, hands at the front of the heart. Twice more like this. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale. Give yourself some love at the front of the chest, the belly, front of the thighs. Fold all the way down. And then touch with love the back of your legs as you come up, the back. Hands together. Prayer. Last time. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold, touch everything along the way. Feel how silky smooth it is, how strong your body is, all the wonderful things it does for you as you lift back up. So that we're not focusing on all the things we don't like, but focusing on all the amazing things that our body does for us. Hands together at the front of the heart. So focusing on balance a little bit more. You're gonna stand on your right leg and bring your left knee in with you. Squeezing into the hip flexors. And very carefully, we're gonna step into our high lunge. So step your left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Bend your right knee generously, and you might need to bend your back knee a little bit. And now from here, you're going to bring your right hand to your belly, left hand over your heart. And again, relax your stomach. I'm gonna be reminding you of that a lot. So feel that connection. The second sacral chakra and the low belly and the heart chakra. Deepening into your lunge. And right here in this moment, can you find one thing that you just absolutely love about your physical body? Breathe into the heart. And let's lower our left hand down to the floor, right arm up into your easy twist. Spreading the fingertips wide, deepening into that right knee. And then right fingertips come down to the floor. Walk your hands over to the left. We're gonna come into our goddess pose. So the heels will turn in, toes will point out, and you can bring your hands onto the tops of your thighs. I'm trying to push the knees open a little bit wider. Extend your arms out to the sides, turn the palms to face up, and as you inhale, straighten your legs, bring your hands together to touch, and then exhale, open the arms back out and all the way down. A few more times like this. Inhale, straighten the legs, bring the palms together, look up. Exhale, deep into your goddess pose. Exhale, once more, inhale. And exhale, sink low into the earth. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your legs. Bring your back foot, left foot parallel to the shorter edge of your mat. Turn your right toes to point forward. Bend into your right knee for warrior two, arms out. Again, relax your belly. So this warrior pose reminds you that you are a warrior. So what is it that you need to conquer and defeat? And it can be negative self-talk. It can be always getting down on yourself, comparing yourself to others, thinking that you need to change something, being under the illusion that you're not perfect the way that you are. The warrior has no time for any of that garbage. Let's reverse, left hand down, right arm up. Side body stretch. So this one is an interesting one. I have a lot of students who hate this pose because it gives them little folds here on the left side. So you probably have that. Pretty much everyone in the world has that. Just try to give it some love. Feel into those folds of skin or those little fat rolls. Who cares? Seriously, who cares? Deepen your breath in the pose, and let's come back. Warrior two. Extended side angle, right forearm over your right thigh, left arm goes up and over. And same thing, you might have those little rolls or, that little thing here on the right side of your body. Instead of keeping your left arm up and over, actually just bring your left hand into the right side of your waist and just give that space some love. Knowing that there is nothing for you to change here. It's all fine. Looking down towards the mat, frame your front foot, lift the back heel off the ground, plank pose, right foot steps back next to the left. So for plank pose now, draw the navel into the low back to protect your back. Reach your tailbone towards your heels, push down into the fingertips and knuckles. See how absolutely strong you are. Take one more full deep breath here. And then let your knees come down to the mat. Rest your hips on your heels. Slide your palms all the way back. Come up high onto the fingertips. And then lift up through your heart. Squeezing your shoulder blades behind you. Maybe repeat that mantra to yourself with an open heart. What do you absolutely love about yourself? And what can you be a little nicer towards? What are you always trying to fix and improve? Just stop. It's fine as it is. Downward facing dog, hands forward, tuck the toes under, lift your hips up and back. And let's take our vinyasa from here, inhaling forward to plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, lower all the way. Point your toes back, lift up, cobra. Downward facing dog, tuck the toes under and lift. Let's step to our ragdoll fold at the top of the mat. So walk your feet forward, widen them a little bit more than your hips, bend your knees, let yourself soften over the thighs. You can hold on to your elbows and rock a little side to side. So in these forward folds, I like to imagine just whatever junk is in my head and in my heart pouring out the crown of my head. So whatever old beliefs you need to let go of, just let it go here. Visualize it pouring out of you, making room for something new, something supportive and positive. Release your fingertips down to the mat. And again, just giving yourself that loving little caress. You're going to bend your knees a lot and slide your hands up the legs as you roll up inch by inch. Standing at the top of the mat, feet are hip width distance apart. Transition onto your left leg, hands at the heart, pick up the right knee. Very carefully step it into your high lunge. Right foot goes all the way to the back of the mat. And this time you'll have your right hand on your heart, left hand on your belly. Bend deeply into that front knee. You might need to bend a little bit into your back knee too. Soften everything, maybe even close your eyes if you can. Think of all the amazing things your body has done for you. Its complete and utter resiliency. And there's really nothing wrong with a little bit of vanity and appreciating your beauty. But we also don't want to forget the function of our body. It's the vehicle carrying us through this life. Into your easy twist, right hand down, left arm up. into your goddess pose, left fingertips down. Walk your hands to the right, so heels in, toes out. And you want to make sure your toes and your heels are in that same line. Bend the knees to drop the hips, and then you can bring one and then both hands onto the thighs. You can just rock a little bit here, side to side, creating some space. Let your stomach out fully, even push it out, make it even bigger. It's okay for you to take up space. So we're not trying to make ourselves smaller. Stay in this goddess pose, so like this wide squat, and just open up your arms, straighten the legs, bring your palms together to touch, and then exhale, open up the arms, cross it over a few more times. Inhale, lift and look up. Exhale, deepen the bend. Twice more. Last one, inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees, swing the arms down. And let's open up the arms, straighten the legs, warrior two to the other side. So right foot parallel to the short edge of your mat, left toes point forward, bend into your left knee. So we're trying to squeeze that knee open. Strong warrior goddess pose. So the warrior has no time to compare to others, to put others down, and she certainly doesn't have time to put herself down. Let's reverse, right hand down, left arm up. And just love those little rolls that you're forming in the right side body. Keep that deep bend in your left knee. Back to your warrior two, and extended side angle, left forearm down, right arm reaches up and over. Take a deep stretch here, and then just bring your right hand lovingly over to your left side waist. Looking down to the floor, frame your front foot or stepping back into plank pose, holding it here for a moment. Super strong. Front ribs in, spread the shoulder blades a little bit wider. Let your knees come down to the ground. Sit your hips on your heels, slide your palms back up onto the fingertips, lift the heart, squeeze your shoulder blades. Close your eyes, repeat your mantra back to yourself. And start to ask yourself, how can you show your body a little bit more love on a daily basis? Downward facing dog. Take your flow, inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. From this downward facing dog, come forward to plank pose and lower all the way down to your belly. We'll take a variation of cobra called waving cobra, one of my favorite little moves. So you can widen your hands off of the mat, come up onto little spider fingers, press down into the tops of the feet and in every single little toe, and then lift up through your chest. And just like a little cobra, like a little snake, just move and dance side to side. So silky, fluid, sensual motions. You can go low or high, to the right, to the left, undulating. One more full breath. And then we'll come into full Danda Pranam, which is making a full body offering. So zip the legs in together, reach your arms out in front of you, palms come together to touch, and forehead down to the ground. So a full body prayer. What is your prayer to yourself? And even your prayer for other women, all of the women in the world. May we all learn to love and accept ourselves and see the strength in our beautiful bodies. Let's slide the palms back, press up, tabletop pose, and step your right foot forward in between the palms to the top of the mat. Keep your left hand as it is. Just bring your right hand to your right thigh. Push the knee forward, draw the right shoulder down and away from the ear and look up. So taking a little twist. Release the twist, fingertips down to the ground, straighten your right leg and fold over that right thigh. Even here, can you relax your belly? Lift the chin and the chest back up. Start to bend into your front knee, and we'll take a seated twist from here. So tucking the back toes under. You want to slide your left knee behind the right ankle, and then the hips come back down. So really your right foot is just crossing over your left thigh. Both sit bones are grounded. Bring your right hand back behind you for balance. Inhale, left arm rises up. And then exhale to twist. I like to hook the elbow to the inner thigh crease and draw the right shoulder back. Lengthen the spine a little more. And release the twist. Bring both legs out in front of you, knees bent, feet flat on the mat, hands behind you. Reverse your tabletop pose. Push into the feet and lift the hips up to the sky. Exhale to release. Tabletop pose. Cross the ankles, plant your palms back behind you, and take a little downward facing dog. Lengthening out. Knees back down to the mat. Let's step the left foot forward in between the hands. Knee is directly over the ankle. Keep your right hand close to being underneath your shoulder, left hand onto your thigh. Push that knee forward, draw the left shoulder down and away from the ear as you twist and look up. Really let the pelvis melt down to the earth. Looking forward, fingertips down. Let's straighten the left leg and fold. Lift the chin and chest up, bend into your front knee with the back toes curled under, lift your back knee up. We're coming into our twist. So you're gonna slide your right knee behind your left heel, ground the hips down to the mats. Left fingertips back behind you, inhale, right arm rises. Exhale, hook the elbow to the inner thigh crease and open up. You might start to ask yourself how you can also encourage other women around you. Start loving themselves more so that we're not competing against each other or comparing ourselves to each other. And really ask yourself, when was the last time you genuinely complimented another woman on their appearance? That can be a very simple action to start taking. Unwind to face forward, feet flat on the mat. We'll take that reverse tabletop pose one last time. Push into the heels, lift up. Release the hips down. Our last downward facing dog. Cross the ankles, plant the palms, step the feet back. Lengthen out. Do any little final movements and adjustments here that feel good. And set your knees back down to the floor. Swing your legs out in front of you. Let's take reclined bound angle. Feet together, knees apart, both hands to your belly. So if you feel like there's another part of your body that needs a little bit more love, you can place your hands there instead. Something that you want to be less critical about. And as you take your last few breaths here in this pose, make a commitment to yourself to take this practice off of the mat and into the world. Creating true change in the way you speak to yourself and in the way you speak to others. When you're ready, let's come to Shavasana, our final resting pose. Take up space with the arms and the legs, and let yourself relax fully. Sinking deep into the earth. There is nothing for you to change, to strive for, to improve on. Accept yourself fully in this moment. Deepen your breath, reawakening this gorgeous body of yours, this perfect vehicle, moving in any way that feels good and luscious. Reach your arms up overhead, take a great big stretch. And you can roll over to one side, come up to take a seat. You can keep your eyes closed. Let's bring our hands on our belly again. Relax your stomach. And keep it relaxed even as you bring your hands Anjali Mudra. Let's close this practice with the chant of Om for ourselves and for the collective healing. Inhaling to chant. Breathe in. Namaste. Namaste. The light in me recognizes the light and the divinity in you. Thank you so much for doing this practice with me. I would love to hear from you. Please leave me a comment. I would love to know what your mantra was, or really simply, what are you going to commit yourself to doing on a more regular basis to love and accept yourself exactly as you are. Please do subscribe to my channel. I put new classes every single Thursday, and it's a great, easy way to support free yoga on the internet. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.